Welcome to Fire and Dust. This is a monthly poetry event brought to you by Here Comes Everyone magazine and by all of you lovely poets and poetry fans as well. I'm speaking to you from Coventry, the UK city of culture. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling cultured. Congratulations, why not? We're at a poetry night, very good. Cheers for joining us. Your host for tonight is me, Rafe, and we've got Anne co-hosting and Kyle recording. Anne will save the day if I mess up the tech, which is a standard procedure. This is virtual Fire and Dust number 12. This time last year, Fire and Dust was happening in the Big Comfy Bookshop with Andrew Button as our headliner, and we had no idea how much our lives were about to change. I can't believe it's been a year since we were face-to-face, but it has. I remember saying at the end of it, like, oh, I'll probably see you next month unless the world comes to an end. And then, yeah, it all went to shit. But never mind. The good thing, on the positive side of all this, we've gone global in the pandemic, not in a virus way, in a poetry way. So shout out to our lovely regulars and a big welcome to all the people joining us from far away, including like overseas. So thank you everyone for finding us tonight, whether it's your first time or you've come back. It's great to have you here. Basic rundown, this is how the gig works in this virtual format. Everyone's going to keep their microphones muted unless they're the one performing. That's to prevent background noise so we can all hear the poets. We'll silent clap. You can wave, just go crazy. You can do a fake clap. You can use the thumbs up symbols or the clapping symbols, which are, if you're on a laptop, they're down the bottom in reactions. I think nearly everyone's used to Zoom, but just in case you're new to it, there's a reaction thing down the bottom, got thumbs up and claps, whatever you want. Just give the poets something virtual to work with so they know that we are listening and we're out here, because we can't be as noisy as we normally would be. Please be aware if you send me a message in the message thing, I may not catch it the first time because there's so many things going through and I haven't always got time to scroll. So if you don't hear back from me in a few minutes, try me again, because I just might not have seen the message, and apologies if I do miss your message. Went a bit lispy there. We've got loads of open mic poets performing for you across the night, chosen mostly by random selection based on the people who emailed me after they registered for a ticket. 45 people wanted to read tonight. I squeezed in as many as I could, but 45 was obviously a bit too many for us. If you miss out on the open mic this month, don't worry, there's always next month. And if you keep missing out, just email me when you get your ticket and I'll see what I can do. If you've asked a few times and you've never got to do it, tell me and I'll make sure that you do get a priority. The idea of the system is that as many people as possible get to read and we hear from as many people as we can. The 5 people on tonight's reserve list, if you're still a reserve by the end of the night, you get a guaranteed spot in April. So again, just remind me when you email if you're coming back in April. The event is split into 3 sections with short comfort breaks in between. The first bit, we've got 8 or 9 open micers. They'll perform, followed by a short break. Then a few more open mic poets, followed by our headline poet, Special K. Then another quick break. And then the third segment, we finish with a block of open mic poets. So that's it, pretty simple, 3 bits and boom, and we're out. Open mic slots are 3 minutes each. For most people, that's going to be 1 poem. If you're certain you can fit more than 1 poem into 3 minutes, please go for it. Just be aware that it includes your banter and your introductions and all that. And I've got a mute button, so behave yourselves. If you go a few seconds over, that's not a problem. But if you go too much over, I might have to mute you. I don't want to do it though. So far, I've never had to do that to anyone. So hopefully it'll be all right. The reading order for this part is going to be, let me just share my screen with you so you can see. Can I do it faster than I have before? Hey, not bad. So for the first bit, we've got Lawrence Tilley, The Withdrawn, Ruth Aylett, Andrew Button, Hermione Sandel, Juanita Ria, Monk Kyle, Matt Black. Then we've got a 5-minute comfort break. And then we've got Susan Anderson, Lantern Carrier, Martin Brown, Ann Atkins, and Stilly, with a slightly extended slot for Stilly because he's doing something special for us. And then we've got our headliner, Special K. You can see the final bit there. That order might change just slightly because a few people haven't turned up yet. So don't take that for granted. But if you're on that list, you are reading tonight if you're here. So congrats. I'll remove that. I will read out the names. Don't worry, you didn't have to memorize it. Do I need to say anything else before we start? Let's have a little look. Oh, photos and videos. We are recording tonight, and we might put a few clips up on YouTube at some point. If you don't want to be on YouTube, just email me after the gig, and I'll make sure that you're deleted from the file. It's not a problem. We don't want to ruin your privacy. Just tell us. It's going to be a great gig, I reckon. I'm really chuffed with how we've been attracting so many different people and styles, voices, content. It's always a great mix, and I love it. And even more importantly, we've maintained that friendly, supportive vibe from the crowd. Like it's Zoom and we're on mute. We can't be like rowdy like we used to be, but the love is still here for everyone. And I really like that. People say they say supportive things in the message, in the chat box. If you're the poet reading, take a little look in the chat afterwards because there's normally some nice things said. I think that's about it. If anything else occurs to me, I'll say it later. Let's get on with the gig.